I've been before you probably more times than you ever want to see on criminal justice and economic justice. That's because I believe in it. True or not, I believe in it. And I believe we need to change this system. The reason I get up, whether I win or whether I lose, I keep coming back over and over again because I've seen what this system does to the disadvantaged. I've seen what it does to families, and I've seen what the bail system has done. Right now, very simply, we are talking about replacing the money bail system with a risk assessment system. And part of the angst that we have is we don't know what that is, what it looks like, what it'll be. We have some comfort level, but because this legislature, because of the 6-year rule, we've kind of abdicated our responsibility to implement things, to make sure that the bills and the legislation that we push forward will actually have the result that we want. Because we've abdicated that for so long, we feel a lot uncomfortable. I'm making a commitment that although this may not be the perfect solution, it's a great first step. It moves us in the direction of what we all want to be and want to have is a fair system in the criminal justice system. You know, I've heard from both sides, and it's almost like the Twilight Zone. You know, I have the ACLU coming at me saying, we're going to lock up more people, more poor people, more African-American people will be locked up. But I have the bail bonds people on the other side saying, we're going to let a whole bunch of people out, rapists and murderers. Isn't that ironic? You got two different sides, two different extreme sides saying the exact opposite. For me, what we're doing now straddles right in between where we need to go and start moving toward that ultimate goal. Look, I love history. You know, Dr. King wanted to do nonviolence. And if any of you know, during that time, the NAACP and a lot of civil rights groups said he was moving too fast. He was pushing the agenda too fast. While on the other side, the Panthers and the Malcolm X of the world were saying he was going too slow. And he wasn't fierce enough and fighting enough to do the right thing. History has proved that nonviolence was the way to go. And I believe that history will show that using a risk assessment system will be the way to go, especially, and I say this again and again, especially if this body puts the elbow grease it needs to ensure that that system offsets what the judges may do, offsets what law enforcement will do, but ultimately will ensure, I will say this again, will ensure the safety of everyone in California. This bill does not solve all the problems with our criminal justice system, but it brings economic justice to the current system. We can disagree about what may happen if this bill passes, but there is one thing we can all agree, that this bill will definitely end a legalized form of economic discrimination by eliminating cash bail in California. This bill is a first step. And like every bill we pass, it's about implementation. I say it all the time. It's really not about legislation. It's about implementation. And if you didn't see it before, it means more so right now than anything we've ever done before on this floor. That when we come back, we're going to continue to have legislation to improve this again and again. We've talked about it for 2 years. This is not something that came out of left field. We're talking about it now, and we're going to continue to talk about it until we get the system that we ultimately want. Look, Dr. King understood that we cannot stand by and let the perfect be the enemy of the good. And most important, Confucius has said it is better to have a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. Members, I want a diamond. SB 10 provides us with the foundation to build a system that will be equitable and provide justice for all. Thank you.